Now wait a minute, hold the front door. You mean to tell me Toya sold her dream home all to move right down the street and rent a home? Girl, I got questions and I don't think I'm gonna get the answers. Y'all ready to talk about it? Cue the music! Oh yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back.
I drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate or for discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out, look how I just bossed it out. Now come on baby, why you bugging, we can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
Cause oh yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back. Back with another video. We here to discuss one of my faves. Yes, Married to Medicine. Stop acting crazy. Girl, look, I'm a season oneer. I've been dealing with this since Mariah Huq introduced it to the world, girl. Ooh, love me some Married to Medicine. I even got a little boo. A doctor told him we need to get married so I can get on the show. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, girl, this is Married to Medicine, girl. Oh, I am so here for it. It's the season premiere, season 9, episode 1. I ain't gonna say most of the girls that's been there, but let's just say this. I feel like it's gonna be a great season moving forward because I've seen the foreshadowing of what's going on, not foreshadowing, but the trailers and all that stuff. Girl, it look like it's gonna be some good tea. But let's get into the episode. So the episode opens up, girl, Heavenly got a snake. Now you done went down there and bought this goddamn house on that water, girl. Ooh, Daddy was trying to get the snake out of there, girl, and he looked so strong. I like Daddy now. I don't know why this season I got a crush on Daddy. Daddy got a type of swag. He a man. He is. Yeah. I like Daddy. But Daddy was getting the snake off the doggone deck, and I was falling through the floor because I don't do nothing that crawl, especially God's enemy, the snake, allegedly. But seriously, I really don't do no snake. It looked like a water moccasin or something. Oh, girl, I would have sold the whole house. I ain't even gonna hold you. Wasn't coming back. Anyway, Dr. Jackie is discussing her schedule with her team, asking them if they can do a this and this all. And the girl was like, unless you're trying to be here at 6:45 every morning, no. So baby, Dr. Jackie is booked and busy. And speaking of booked and busy, her and doggone Simone is in the car talking about that, and we're gonna get to that here in a second. Anila has her mom over there and finally got the new house. The new house is up and running. Mama is there. Mama loves the chandeliers and asked her was it mine. The daddy said he don't like it because it's hanging on by a string. It's dangerous. Girl, make sure your daddy stays safe. But anyway, we move to the next scene. Dr. Jackie and Simone is in the car discussing how they booked and busy. They say all the people want black doctors in their cooch. As they should. You know what I'm saying? And they booked and busy, girl. They say they can't keep up with the doggone schedules, girl. They riding in the car and they back friends. I'm here for it. They've been friends for 25 years. I hated that Jackie allegedly or seemingly, I'll say seemingly, let Heavenly come in and disrupt what her and Simone had for 20 plus years. I feel like at the end of the day, that was just as important to her as her marriage. When you friends with somebody that long, girl, you my wife, but not in a sexual way or a romantic way, but hell, for you family. Me and my best friend been friends since 7th grade. That's my wife. Say what I said, and she ain't going nowhere. Nah, say what I said. But anyway, girl, they end up talking about how they booked and busy because the black people want the black people as they should. Y'all know the doggone history with black women in the medical field and going in the hospitals and all that stuff. Black people, period. But in particular, black women. So they discussing all that. Girl, they pull up to the house and Cecil and doggone Curtis is outside. Now, Simone was like, wait a minute, girl. I thought you sold this car. And girl, come to find out, Curtis up there hollering, he's trying to sell the car to Cecil. Girl, Dr. Jackie got up there and said, let me sell this mother effer. Get on there, make the fake sales, girl, record it, say, hey, come get it, as is, $25K. The only thing is my husband come with it and it's no refunds, you got to keep them, okay? I don't blame him. Anyway, Cecil and Dr. Jackie in their confessional, and Cecil let her know. He said, look, girl, I missed out on a lot of time because you wanted to beef with Jackie. Me and Curtis missed out on a lot of Magic City wings. Now listen, Magic City do got some good ass wings. I ain't gonna lie. But you wasn't trying to, it wasn't the wings y'all was going down there for. The wings was lanyard, aka extra. Stop acting crazy. But on the flip side, Dr. Jackie is telling Simone about the O-Shot. She said, girl, they got this thing called the O-Shot. She went down to Alabama, to this conference or whatever. She went to learn about the O-Shot and this plasma and blood or whatever and a couple of other things that's in the science that they shoot up in your vagina and it's supposed to make everything go through the moon. Now, you know, speaking of wanting to deal with black doctors, I ain't even gonna hold you. Out of Dr. Jackie and Simone, I ain't gonna lie. I would like to go to Dr. Simone because I feel like we would align with each other. Like, we have similar personalities. We laugh, we drink, But I feel like since Dr. Jackie is on this sex tip now, I might go have to see her. But they both booked and busy. One of them gotta come look at my cooch now. I done let all these old white people look at it. Why I can't let one of them look at it? Is that weird? If you're a female, it may not be. But if you're not, girl, look. One of them got to come look at my cooch. But anyway, Dr. Jackie also said they got P shots, and she can get one to Cecil if, you know, Simone requested it. And Dr. Simone said no, because he ain't gonna do nothing but get on my goddamn nerves. We move to the next scene. Alora and Heavenly is over there at the house discussing work. So Heavenly opened a black-owned beauty store. And basically, from what I gather, it's a business that she's giving to Alora. But Alora's still in high school or whatever the case. So she's discussing work schedules. And with Alora being in school, she can only work on Saturdays. So Heavenly is fine with that. She also brings up the fact that, you know, that's a market that's not tapped in by black people, although we are the main consumers. I love that she's doing that. And she's very confident that Alora is very bossy, very knowledgeable, and will be able to take this business and do so much with it. I believe that too. Alora is very intelligent. Been since a little girl. I raised her on Bravo. Been watching her for 9 years. So that's my little niece. So I can account to that. You know what I'm saying? So she's excited to get into that. And I love that for them. I love that she's tapping into a market that at one point black people couldn't get in. Because I remember years ago, I wanted to sell hair. I wasn't even trying to open a store. And girl, when I was going down there to the Asian people, asking them who they getting their hair from and all that stuff, everybody didn't know. Oh, you got to ask this one. He not here. So I'm happy that black people are able to tap in now. Because it's about that goddamn time. Anyway, Quad comes in. Says hey to everybody, and girl turns around. Quad asks Alora what she been up to. Well, Miss Alora is getting her license because she's ready to drive. The gag was she got a Range Rover. Hell, Quad was like me. I got a Toyota Corolla. When I ain't even get no Corolla, girl. When I got my license, I ain't even had no car. So the fact that she got a Range Rover, I'm here for it. But Miss Alora don't want Heavenly to teach her how to drive. Because Heavenly felt some way about that. But like Quad said, girl, Heavenly, you be doing too much. I don't blame that girl. Let Daddy drive her. Every time I say Daddy, it do make me smile. I ain't trying to take that lady husband. But let Daddy drive her. So Daddy is taking her up out of there. Y'all know Heavenly don't like nobody calling her man Daddy. Well, stop saying it on TV and we won't call him that. Dr. Damon Daddy. In my Carrie voice. Girl. Anyway, they go off to get their doggone license, and Quad asks Heavenly when the last time she talked to Contessa. You ain't talked to her. Heavenly said she ain't talked to that girl since New York. Since New York! She ain't talked to her, and she don't understand why. And Quad was like, but that's crazy. Y'all used to hang out every day. Like, what's going on? And Heavenly was like, I don't know. But the producers is messy because right after that, they put Dr. Contessa up there and said, I ain't talked to that heifer because she keep talking about me on social media. Flashback. Girl, that girl talking about, is he abusive? Yes. Is he this? Yes. Heavenly, now you can't do that, bro. You can't do that. And you wonder why the girl said she ain't talked to you. And you don't know why. You have no clue why Contessa ain't hollered at you since the doggone reunion. Heavenly is very intelligent, girl. She knows better than that. But so Heavenly then turns around and asks Quad how her house coming along. Because Quad just closed on her 14,000 square foot home, baby, for the gods. Yes, she just closed on her home. And Heavenly asked her if she had any male callers or some sponsors. And this is where I identify with Quiet, because I bought my home by myself too. Like Miss Quiet said, oh no, ain't no sponsors, because I don't want no man feeling obligated, feeling like he got a piece of nothing. He ain't you. I don't come back and say I did. No, I got it. If it take me 20 years, like Chateau Charade, I got it. You understand what I'm saying? So I felt Miss Quiet on that. She ain't here for the gentleman callers or whatever. We move to the next scene. Dr. Contessa is working out. Now, Dr. Contessa is working out with this big old swole dude. Look like he just swole for no reason. And he tells her, in order for me to see the results, I'm going to need you to go put on a bikini, a bathing suit or whatever, and some heels. It was at that moment I knew she was doing some type of fitness modeling or something. Ask me how I know. I used to mess with a dude who was big and swole for no reason. That's how I know I don't like him, to be completely honest. But that's not the end of them. So Contessa goes in and walks out all awkward. I'm like, Contessa, you too fine for that, girl. Contessa been fine. I mean, she finer now, but she been fine, girl. Contessa walking out all awkward, and as that's happening, he inspecting her. Her husband and children is driving up into the driveway. Now, the husband is yelling out the window, that's awkward having a man in front of my door with my wife in a bikini. Well, that's what was about to be your fate when you was acting crazy last season, talking about you had a therapist. Turns out it wasn't no therapist, but it was a man, but it was but please. You almost lost your wife messing around in these streets. You don't get to say if she want to come out that mud butt naked. Shut it up. Because Contessa, you got him on the tip now. Now you can tell him I leave your ass. He gonna tremble in his boots. You don't get to say. But he pulls up, feeling some type of way, talking about, man, because if we were divorced, she would have been out here with this man by herself. Woulda. Shoulda. Yeah, that's what happened when you play games. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Whatever, miss me with it. Contessa then turns around and says, look, she tried to divorce her husband. They hadn't even sat down and talked to the churn about it. But when she was trying to sell the house, she needed him to sign the papers, and he decided now he wants to go to get therapy. I feel like, real life set in. Yeah. See, we didn't already talk to the kids. She might not. But when that paperwork, that official paperwork come around, that's when their minds start going back to normal. Because before that, it'd be a little bit off whack. But once you put official paperwork in front of a man's face, the mind get back to where it need to be. Yeah, as it should. So now you're over there trembling in your boots. Now you want therapy. Contessa, I would have agreed to therapy and then turned around and said, never mind, I changed my mind, I want a divorce anyway. Make them crawl and work for it. But yeah, they back together and I don't like it. I ain't gonna say I don't like it, they got churn or whatever, but shit, after you done already told the churn, you might as well go through with it. Them churn gonna think y'all all toxic in your ears. But anyway, he's over there hollering, yeah, I don't know, I wanted to do this for my wife. You didn't want to do a goddamn thing for your wife. Anyway, they make mention that they don't fight each other as much. They only fight fair. That's something I know they definitely got from therapy. But Contessa gets in the house and put her old sweaty workout clothes back on. And for the life of me, I didn't understand. But the kids was just like, they wasn't here for her out there in her bathing suit. Child, one of them children was like, I pulled up and said, I know that ain't my daddy out there with you in your bikini. That little girl, I said, oh Lord. But she was like, she's doing a fitness competition and she's trying to get back to her body in 2002 when she was Miss Missouri, USA. She said, but at the end of the day, the gag is, and I hope you're listening, she said if he act crazy again, she'll be ready. Now, she ain't getting in shape to leave him, but if he act crazy again, this time, she gonna be ready. The gag to me was, Contessa, you was ready the last time, but you really trying to mess his head up. That's all I could see out of this. Let's move on. We move to the next scene. We at Quiet's house. She got her cute dogs. Quiet take care of her children now. And her nephew Mason is living there full time. Now, I didn't remember Mason until they did the flashback. Mason's been a little baby, her little nephew that she been dealing with, watching and having and all that stuff since he was a baby. So they did the flashback. We saw Mason, girl. She said Mason is here full time, girl. He done moved on in. But Mason come downstairs and said he wants some cereal. And Quiet, like the black mother she is, said, excuse me? May I please have some cereal, ma'am? oh, you better stop acting crazy. But anyway, she said she moved him in, or he's moved in. The mama come downstairs and look like she ain't no but 10 years older than Quiet. Black don't crack. But Quiet lets us know she bought a 14,000 square foot home. And she's got a huge island in her kitchen. And she could do a lot of things on that island, but she can't because now Mason is there. He gonna come down there with his little chubby self asking for a snack. She said she gonna have to let him know, baby, auntie is the snack. Okay, I was here for it. Quiet knows she got a good word, girl. That's all I'm gonna say. But they down there, and Quiet was talking to Mason because she said the teacher said he's doing well, but he's losing focus. And she was like, what are you thinking about in class? And he says his dad. So he starts to cry. Apparently, Quiet's brother, which is her nephew's dad, died from heart complications last year. And it's still fresh, it's still new. And that's why she has the child full time. Makes 1,000% sense. The child cries. I felt like the child had a very good way of recovering from the cry really fast. I don't know if it's editing or not, but it looks like the mom was crying harder than the child. Not that that's right or wrong, but that's just something you pay attention to, if it makes sense, with children. But anyway, so Quiet says it's hard for her family. You know, her brother, they did the flashback, and I remember that too. I didn't remember it until it all happened, but they all crying, and Quiet's trying to move past this and get to a better space. I can tell you from a person who's had a sibling that passed, had two siblings that passed, it's extremely hard. I can't give you a time frame of when it'll get better. Just know it will. Anyway, so it's funny because Quiet tells Mason she wants to get him back to focus and all that stuff, and she knows that he's hurting with his dad. But you know, you gotta put your best foot forward and make sure the things that are important get accomplished. Quiet mama came down there and said 2 words. If she did, I don't even remember what she said. Did she say something? Oh, Quiet said she told Mason to go upstairs to get his shoes. She want to teach him how to tie his shoes, and the mama said, That lady came all the way down there for nothing. I'm gonna need Miss Quiet Mama to say something. We need to hear more audio voice. Let's move on. Anila is in her new house, girl. She said it took her 3 years, and I said 3 years. Y'all was waiting 3 years? Was y'all waiting on money? Did you have that man slaving like Toya be having Eugene? And that's why it took y'all 3 years to build this house? This don't make no sense. Because, you know, Toya works Eugene to the bones. You know, work his fingers down to the gristle, you know. And I'm wondering, Anila, did you work your husband like this to get this house for the show? Beautiful home, but I'm just trying to see. Girl, look, they took 3 years. They getting a confessional. And the husband said, he regret that they spent more than they should have. They say the budget started at 1.5, went to 2.2, and then 2.5. The husband is sitting over there looking like he's still in shock therapy. Anila was like, you know, I know he's not happy about the overspending, but he's definitely happy that his wife and children are happy. And he was just like, yeah, I'm happy my wife and children are happy. Girl, you done stressed that man out. Leave it. Don't do that now. Anyway, they go downstairs because it's time to bless the home. That's a tradition they do in their culture. And she said they're going to do a housewarming as well. So we waiting for that. So the producer asked her about the, what is it, Bougie prayer, or whatever it is, because they're doing the prayer. And she was like, look, I don't know, I'm from America. Just know it's like manifesting something. I don't know. She's just an American Indian. She don't know. So now the cow arrives, and Dr. Kieran explains to us why cows are so significant during this time, because cows represent everything you need, basically. It's God's pet, or it's a God's pet, I'm sorry. He said it provides you with everything you need, milk, meat, you know, everything you can ever need. And he said, and basically in their culture, they're very revered. So the cow comes in, go through the house to bless the house, and it did. It shitted right on the back patio. Look, the mama was like, who getting that up? Because it ain't going to be me. To get the cow lady over here to get it up. But the mama said, you know, when the cow poop in your house, that's a good thing. You're supposed to worship around it. Or worship around it or worship the cow. I don't know. I was just like, child, I know that shit stink. We moved to the next scene. We down there at Toya's rental property. We down there at Toya's Airbnb. Now, she done sold her house, her dream home, to move down the street. Her house ain't gonna be ready till April of 2023. And we are in 2022, and I'm pretty sure this was filmed around fall of 2021. So it's about to take you damn near 3 years to build your house. But see, we already know why with you, Toya, because you worked Eugene like a slave, a Hebrew slave. We know that. We done seen it happen. Eugene probably got 15 jobs. He probably only come home to change clothes and go back outside. Ain't slept in years. But if he like it, I love it. Anyway, so she in the house telling the boys do stuff. Hey, go do this, go do that. She called one of them to come downstairs. He hops on the elevator. She feels some type of way. What would you feel some type of way for? That's what you got it for, right? The children gonna be on and off the elevator. That's what they do. It is what it is. But she feeling some type of way because he on the elevator. And she lets us know that she was in her dream home, and they gave the flashback of the house. And she said, but they about to build another one, girl, April 2023. That's how long it's going to take Eugene, Dr. Eugene, that is, I'm sorry, to work all these surgeries and 9 surgeries to pay for the house. But anyway, she said the last house didn't have an elevator, tennis court, and the pool was too small for children and adults. Girl, you only got 2 children. I done seen 5 kids in them little Walmart pools that you blow up and have a good time. What is you saying? Toya is so superficial that it's to her detriment. And I don't even think she realized it. You know, maybe Toya's mindset is fuck it, YOLO, right? I may as well do what I want, buy what I want, live how I want, because who knows, tomorrow ain't promised. Maybe that's her mindset. I don't know. Maybe that's what she be thinking when she just make these decisions, because it's just you and your 2 kids. And the fact that Eugene allows it, I can't even be mad at you. He the man of the house, ain't he? Yeah. She need a bigger pool, an elevator, and a tennis court. Girl, please. Dr. Eugene comes in the house, and he basically says that she too loud. Because she bitching about the children coming up and down the elevator, go do this, go do that. He said, girl, you too loud. I need peace when I come on in the house. I just clocked out of 4 jobs. Why is you all this hollering and screaming? And she was like, this is a black house. You act like you ain't never grew up in a black house. She said, well, what's going to make you feel better? You need to get you a white woman? And he asked her, is she quieter? Girl, in 2022, you never know. But anyway, he basically talking to her, and Toya tells him that Anila sent them an invite, but through the son. The son knocked at the door, and Anila was sitting in the car, ain't get out, and was just like, girl, I hope you come. So she's questioning the sincerity of the invite. Dr. Eugene was just like, I'm not inviting nobody somewhere where I don't want them to come, so it's got to be sincere. But see, my theory is I'm inviting my friends and my haters to see my success. Matter of fact, I'm going to make sure the haters there before the friends. So she might not really be dealing with you. We'll never know. Give us a couple of episodes. But Toya has every right to squint her eyes. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make no sense. But he's like, he wouldn't be like that. We move to the next scene. Quad and Anila is getting ready. It's the day of the housewarming. Quad looking good. She's getting ready. They're getting the kids ready. The house looks beautiful. And they're going to not only celebrate the housewarming, they're celebrating Diwali, which is like, and I hope I'm saying it right. If I'm not, forgive me. But it's basically like a new year, or like, it's basically like a happy time for the culture, I guess. Whatever. But they're celebrating that together. Dr. Contessa is at her house with her husband, acting like they ain't just sent us through the ringer last year with all the drama and mess that he had going on. And is basically saying that she don't fool with doggone Heavenly, because Heavenly been dragging her marriage. And then she gets in her confessional and said, Heavenly called my husband, who is a doctor, abusive. Well, all she can do is basically observe. Now, should Heavenly have put that on the doggone TV or on the YouTube streets? No. But either way, Dr. Contessa and her husband says that they trying to figure out what they gonna wear, because they don't want to wear no Indian costume or Indian clothing. And he hollers, yeah, because if they come to my house in the dashiki, I'm gonna feel some type of way. It's a themed party. Y'all looking too far into it. That's all I can say. But anyway, they ain't wearing no Indian outfit. Laura's helping Heavenly get dressed. And now Jackie, Simone, Curtis, and Cecil are on the way in the car. And I love that the 4 of them are back together, the foursome. And they trying to figure out what the Diwali was. Cecil told him, because Cecil is very smart. He told him what it was. And Curtis asked, he was like, didn't y'all do that before? And they flashed back to them with the color party, girl, throwing color all over each other. I thought they was going to fight. And I was like, girl, look. Hell, Dr. Simone said we got to get rid of these evil spirits, girl. Go ahead on down to the valley. Anyway, we back to the house. Quiet is looking for some Henny. You know, like a nigga. Nigga always want Henny nigga. You know what I'm saying? So she over there looking for Henny, but she goes get her hand done. You know, get the design on the hand. I always thought that was super cute. I done doggone got my head caught up in this damn thing. But I always thought that was super cute. She's over there getting her hand done. The couples arrive. They love the house. Because the house is bad. I ain't gonna lie. The house is bad. Heavenly get in there. She got her plus one. Her couple. You know, that's a plus one that we gonna meet. Him and his wife. Curtis is over there talking to Heavenly. And not Heavenly. He's over there talking to Quiet and all them. And he go to touch Quiet's hand and mess up her design. And Quiet giving her confessional and said, now Curtis, you know better than anybody to not touch women's hands. You done messed it up. Now, Quiet had to go get her hand redone. Heavenly and Carrie arrived, girl. Carrie and her husband, Heavenly and her husband, and her plus two, not a plus one. And they introduced her friend Martin. Martin is a dentist. She lets us know he went to Howard University. Shit, he could have went to Georgia Tech for all I care. He's still a dentist. Whatever. Anyway, and his wife, I forget her name, but she a real estate attorney. Oh, they got money. They got money, but I bet you they got problems, you know. I bet you. Anyway, Dr. Kieran, they trying to come down the stairs, and baby, Anila is coming down first. And Dr. Kieran was like, look, girl, I'm the one who sweat and beat my brow for this house. Shouldn't I be going first? No, Dr. Kieran, stop acting crazy. You know that girl don't play all that. Anyway, the women are all up in Daddy's face. Girl, so Heavenly is there. She takes a look over to the right, and they got this Indian woman talking to the Daddy. And we all know how Dr. Heavenly is about Daddy. So she was like, I don't know why they all in his face and whatnot. Like, I don't know why they be doing all that. And, you know, they getting a confessional. And Heavenly was like, why they be all in your face? But I ain't, like, you know, jealous or nothing. But it really don't make no sense. Because Daddy got a sense of humor and an aura that's real manly and masculine and demanding. And women love that, Heavenly. Anyway, we back at the scene, and Carrie was like, girl, look, why is you tripping? Y'all been together 25 years. You ain't got nothing to worry about. And then Heavenly feels some type of way about that. Cuss Carrie out, told her, you need to mind your business and go find Duncan and put your lips on something else. Girl, I said, you know what? Heavenly don't be playing. That mouth, woo, Heavenly do not be playing. Anyway, the DJ introduced the family. They come out, girl, and introduced the name wrong. I guess the last name. Dr. Kieran was like, if you're going to introduce me, at least introduce me right. He left the doctor off or something like that. He corrected the man, and then it was like, you really did? They did the flashback. Did. All that money that man probably done paid for that DJ, I would have stopped the music and said, do it again. That's just me. But anyway, Dr. Heavenly, not Dr. Heavenly, but Contessa and her husband show up in doggone, let me take a breath. They show up in Egyptian clothes. Now, the original reason you didn't want to show up in the Indian garb was because you didn't want to be offensive. Yet, you show up in Egyptian clothes as if, number one, you can trace your lineage back or have traced it back to Egypt. Number two, it completely conflicts with everything and everybody that's going on. Hell, like Anila said, you got on a goddamn Party City costume, you and your husband. Girl, what was y'all thinking? Y'all should have put regular clothes on if y'all was going to do that. Why would y'all do that? You don't think that looks stupider than you thought you would have looked in the Indian garb. You know, you can be very educated. High education, and still be slow. That's all I'm going to say, girl. But anyway, they coming in there looking like damn Queen Kaka and King Kaka. And they do the doggone announcement, and you know, the family get up there and told them to raise a glass. We celebrate Diwali in our new home. We hope y'all love it. Because they better love it, because I done spent all my money and my time and my age and my youth on getting my wife this damn house. So they cheers or whatever the case may be. That's the scene behind me. And Anila is in there trying to show everybody around. But while this is happening, Toya and her husband drive up the street from the rental property, from the Airbnb, to get to the house and say they got a quick, good exit because they just on a golf cart. They ain't got to wait till no cars is moved. Y'all look slow. Y'all look silly. Toya and Eugene, y'all look silly. I don't know if y'all know that, but y'all look silly. Maybe y'all don't care, but y'all look really, really silly. But anyway, they ended up doing the tour. While that's happening, Toya and her husband walk in the door, and Anila basically goes and hug her and say, I'm really happy you came. She says, look, we cordial right now. We're not in the best space, but we're not in the bad space. You know, it's all good. They still live down the street. Eugene go out there and holler at the men, and Anila shows them the bedroom. And they got these swings in there. Girl, I got to see if I can get me some. Girl, them swings off the chain. Talking about they sex swings. Ooh. Even if they ain't, they nice. I want to put some of them under my deck. They nice. Oh yeah, they nice. But we learned that Anila got all her furniture for free by blogging. A whole house full of furniture for free. That big ass house. Hell, even Dr. Karen was like, man, look, I ain't gonna lie, props to her. She furnished damn near this whole house off of blogs. The girls is over there asking how they can get their blog. Heavenly, is you able to furnish your house off your blog? Anyway, I'm just asking. Go ahead on, Anila. Go ahead on. Anyway, the men are still back there talking, and they basically asked Dr. Karen how he been since last year, since the last encounter. Because, you know, Dr. Karen was up there looking crazy when Contessa's husband was coming up with lie after lie after lie after lie. And he was confused. And he said, look, it's so much you saying, I don't even know. I'm confused. But, you know, Contessa's husband was just like, it's all good. Like, you know, we on a new wave. We ain't tripping, you know, whatever the case may be. On the flip side, Contessa over there talking to Quiet. And basically, Quiet was like, girl, why haven't you talked to Heavenly? So basically, Contessa tells her everything that's been going on. This is why I haven't been talking to her. She's been saying these horrible things, calling my husband an abuser. It's unacceptable. Quiet completely understands that. But Quiet is Heavenly's friend. So Quiet wants to try to like not take her side, but kind of like be like, oh, well, you know how Heavenly is. And she, you know, she's wrong for that, but she didn't mean it. She's sorry. Contessa ain't trying to hear it. Quiet trying to call Heavenly over there. Heavenly ain't looking. And Contessa said, don't call her over here. I don't want to talk. Quiet was like, look, the girl talk about you all the time. Y'all was together every day. Like, she really is sorry. Contessa ain't trying to hear it. My husband is a doctor, and you got on TV, not TV, the YouTube streets, and defamed his name as if he was doggone Jack the Ripper. She don't appreciate it. But she says, she get in her confessional and say that basically they done spoiled Heavenly. Because she's supposed to feel away because Heavenly feels away after she hurt her. They done spoiled her. Y'all did. Anila do a change of clothes, girl. Come out there and do her Indian dance. The DJ turning up. Anila off beat. It was cute. It was real cute. But, she said she been dancing since she was 2. The husband was like, look, I'm glad everybody came out to see our forever home. And she's laughing, talking about forever. You just making jokes. It ain't no forever. I'll give it 10 years forever. But the husband said the next one gonna be like the Taj Mahal. Your ass gonna die in it. Said what he said. That was the end of the episode. Girl, look, I'm here for Married to Medicine. This is one of my faves. Y'all, I'm so mad. I filmed P-Valley recap 2 days ago and deleted it. I'm still in my mind trying to decide if I want to redo that shit because I'm so pissed. I'm so mad. 40-something minutes of raw, because that's before I edited, of raw content gone. I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyway, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode of Married to Medicine. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Y'all know the drill. And I will see you hoes later. Bye.